After being bitten by a radioactive bird, somewhat manner T-Tot Hill was possessed to become Kinneas the Skydude. Stand by.
I wanna do my own thing, but I think I followed a trend. It's been suggested, maybe I wanna be your best friend. Yeah, blind in my eye holes and just trying hard to see. I can tell by your middle finger that you're warming up to me. Yeah. Satisfaction, yeah. Satisfaction, yeah. Satisfaction, yeah. Satisfaction. You got the message, but I wanna give it to you some more. Climb through the window, then you try to show me the door. Yeah, where I put the sunshine, baby, well, nobody knows. We can get together without coming to blows. Yeah.
So satisfying. All right, so good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space. Sky Dudes and Sky Dudettes. So where are we? We didn't make it as far as I thought we were going to make it last time and make it to Spain. So we are still here. Keep zooming down and zooming down. All right, so we're flying in towards Marseille, and if we come back over to our main screen and look straight ahead of us here, yeah, that is it ahead of us. Dun, 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 dun. So the nice stadium over there, and there's a cathedral. Excuse me, there's a cathedral on one of these hills right over that away. So the plane should take us to it. So what we're going to be doing today is skirting the coast of France here and hopefully to Spain. We have to make a stop at Montpellier or something like that. In Neofly, I tried to get us a job, and it says we have it, but I haven't heard the dispatch say otherwise. So hopefully, it's a short run, 82 miles. We'll get paid. So we'll just play it by ear. Making money's not everything, but it helps. Okay, so let's unpause and go back to the cockpit and at least make sure that we're in nav mode, which we're not. Let's get that turned on. All right. We want to do an altitude hold.
The Unité d'Habitation housing
Aha.
unit is a modernist residential housing typology developed by Le Corbusier with the collaboration of painter-architect Nadir Afonso. It formed the basis of several housing developments throughout Europe designed by Le Corbusier and sharing the same
I'll be
name.
darned.
The most famous of these buildings is located in the southern part of Marseille, France. It was added to the UNESCO World Heritage List in 2016 because of its importance to the development of modernist architecture, along with 16 other works by Le Corbusier. It is also designated a historic monument by the French Ministry of Culture. It was damaged by fire on the 9th of February 2012.
I'm guessing it's just a neighborhood. That's the gist I'm getting. I'm not entirely certain. Let's go back to Bushtalk real quick. And it says it's in front of us still. No, that's something completely different. So in front of us still.
The Unité d'Habitation housing unit is a modernist residential housing typology developed by Le Corbusier with the collaboration of painter-architect Nadir Afonso. It formed the basis of several housing developments throughout Europe designed by Le Corbusier and sharing the same name. The most famous of these buildings is located in the southern part of Marseille, France. It was added to the UNESCO World Heritage List in 2016 because of its importance to the development of modernist architecture, along with 16 other works by Le Corbusier. It is also designated a historic monument by the French Ministry of Culture. It was damaged by fire on the 9th of February 2012.
All right, so it's just a building. One of these buildings down in there. Could be that over there. Orange something drome. Man, I have a hankering to hear some Ronnie Millsap, and it's unfortunate we can't play copyright music. Got this one Ronnie Millsap song going through my head. They're like, who's that? You're not old enough. You're not that old? Put it that way. All right, we should be turning towards that church. Cathedral. They call it a Notre Dame as well. I'm not mistaken. There it is. Boy, the tire's in the way.
Notre Dame de la Garde, in French for Marseille's citizens La Bonne Mère Mother, is a Catholic basilica in Marseille, France, and the city's best-known symbol. The site of a popular Assumption Day pilgrimage, it was the most visited site in Marseille. It was built on the foundations of an ancient fort at the highest natural point in Marseille, a 149 meters limestone outcropping on the south side of the old port of Marseille. Construction of the basilica began in 1852 and lasted for 21 years. It was originally an enlargement of a medieval chapel, but was transformed into a new structure at the request of Father Bernard, the chaplain. The plans were made and developed by the architect Henri-Jacques Esperandieu. It was consecrated while still unfinished on June 5, 1864. The basilica consists of a lower church or crypt in the Romanesque style, carved from the rock, and an upper church of Neo-Byzantine style decorated with mosaics. A square 41 meters bell tower topped by a 12.5 meters belfry supports a monumental 11.2 meters statue of the Madonna and Child made of copper gilded with gold leaf.
Okay. Yep, very, very pretty. Somehow or another, we've lost sound. Don't know what happened there. Hold on a moment. What happened to our sound? How strange. Huh. Does YouTube still have sound? Yeah, that's working. Huh, my media player. The sound from my media player isn't working. All right. Well, let's get back to it.
Marseille Cathedral is a Roman Catholic cathedral and a national monument of France, located in Marseille. It has been a basilica minor since 1896. Part of the earlier, much smaller cathedral still remains, alongside the new cathedral. It was built in the 12th century in a simple Romanesque style. The present cathedral, the Nouvelle Major, was built on an enormous scale in the Byzantine and Roman Revival styles. The foundation stone was laid by Emperor
Very nice port.
The CMA-CGM Tower is a 147 meters tall skyscraper in Euro-Mediterranee, the central business district of Marseille, France. Designed by Zaha Hadid, it is the headquarters for CMA-CGM, a major shipping firm, hosting 2,200 employees previously spread over 7 sites. Zaha Hadid was selected to design the building in November 2004 and it became her first built tower. It is intended to interact with other landmarks of the city including the Château d'If and the Basilica of Notre Dame de la Garde, which stands taller than the tower on a rocky outcrop.
I don't want to get too far away from the plane. Okay. Aha! Alright, don't be lagging. I'm over here trying to readjust some screens now that we're launched and going. Try to maybe free up some memory. Put this on a different screen. Yeah, that'll help. Very pretty, sir. We're just making a small cut. Did we make the cut inland already? We probably did. Well, it's just some pretty territory, that's for sure. All I can think about is the Three Musketeers. That's all I got. You know, running around these places, on a, you know, with your friends. And carrying a sword, and you got to have a, you know, the cloak. I don't know about the hats. They're, you know, sure you need it when the sun beats down on you. Musketeer clothing looked rather comfortable. Let me double check we're on the right course. Oh yeah, the nav is engaged. We're flying it. Oh, I'm supposed to go to Montpellier, though. That it would be LFMT. So let's make an adjustment here. LF. Hey, easy. What are you doing? LFMT. Ah, further than I thought. All right. Well, that works. Okay. Back to sightseeing. It feels like we're going the wrong direction. No. I didn't realize there was water on inland on this side, and I'm like, wait. Water's supposed to be over there. I need to talk to Henny. Henny, we have a strange bug. I've been looking into it to find out what causes it. And the best I can find, and this is all from the official website, is that if you discover that you can no longer control the weather in your game, you have to be offline and have multiplayer off. And only then can you control the weather again. So as soon as you switch live weather on or multiplayer back on, you might not have any ability at that point to change the weather. And again, this is a known bug, but it has something to do with being grouped with people and then not leaving the group properly, or it still thinks for whatever reason you're grouped. And it seems the only way to fix it is that I have to be part of a group again, or try to create a group and then cancel the group. Or connect to the person who I was grouped with, which would be Henning, and then ungroup again and try it again. They just look like giant cheesecakes from up here. You wouldn't think, well, that's oil or something. You think these people really like cheesecakes and pies.
The canton of Martigues is an administrative division of the Bouches-du-Rhône department in southeastern France. It was created at the French canton reorganization, which came into effect in March 2015. Its seat is in Martigues. It consists of the following communes: Martigues, Port de Bouc,
Cheesecakes. Port de cheesecakes. "22 minutes after the hour. Thanks for tuning in. We are flying east from Marseille, and we're going to try to make it to... I'd really like to make it down to the tip of Spain today. That would be nice. So, the last week I was talking about playing Rome2 Total War, and I'm going to try to live stream some of that. I've been playing it for a while. I haven't live streamed any of it yet, but I've made it to about the midpoint of one campaign.
Stade Francis Turcan is a multi-use stadium in Martigues, France.
Let's look around.
It is currently used mostly for football matches and is the home stadium of FC Martigues. The stadium is able to hold 8,289 people.
Usually when she goes off, we're usually right over it, but she seems to be triggering early, and that's got to be it right there. Okay. That doesn't seem very big. That's just football field. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I don't see it. If you see it, you've got better eyes than me. I was saying Rome Total War. These areas, if you aren't friends with them, it behooves you, if you get to go conquer Spain, you know, you take all of this. It's had these nice ports from the very beginning. In this gameplay, I think I'm friends with them, but now I'm worried because instead of coming across to Spain this way, I made friends with these people and went around them from the water to the south, and I've been friends with them the entire time, and we have really good relationship. We have a really good relationship, but in protecting them and going to war with them and not going to war with them, I mean at them, with them as their ally, just backing them anyway. They have amassed all the land to the north, like all the Gallic land, and they're really starting to take over a lot of Germany, and I'm really worried about the game possibly changing our friendship, but hopefully it... Anyway, I've never made it this far in a campaign before. I don't know what's going to happen. The only real problem I've had is civil war. Understanding how the Senate works in Rome Total War is a pain in the butt. Managing all the politics, it's great though. I mean, I love it. but I don't know enough about it to be a master of it all yet. So I've had a lot of civil wars that have been horrible. Fighting with my own people has been the bulk of my wars, which is unfortunate. So I've got to work on that. I'm fully transformed into a republic now. So for better or for worse, I want to stick with the Roman Republic. And my population's really happy right now, and this is the first time I made it this far without being completely broke. When the diplomacy pays off, and I do have good relationships with other civilizations, or whatever you want to call them, other people, sometimes they will give me territories in their country. It's like, here, have a territory. Cool. So what have you, how was your weekend? I hope you had a good weekend. Did you do any flying or any gaming? Our D&D game got canceled this weekend. As always, it's amazing to me that these places that have been around and heavily active since blah, 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 BC. That's cool. That there isn't more. A lot more skyscrapers, a lot more infrastructure around all of this. That is man-made for sure. The cuts on that thing. Yeah, there's one big building. I love roundabouts. All along the canal. That's nice. It's a nice way to, you know, use them in the landscape and they're just not all over the place. Right along an area that, you know, you don't want people traveling along the waterway. By the way, it's very nice. Very considerate of them to just put it along there. French have always been very artistic. Still don't know when they're going to drop that next big update. But I am certainly looking forward to it. Very much so. Let's see where we're at and if we're missing any. I spent a lot of time this weekend actually just fiddling with settings. I managed to always screw up my settings somehow, and all the textures on the map were flickering all over the place. The sharpness way too up high. So hopefully things are looking pretty good. I think the color space stuff was right. That was a mess. Have you ever been to France? I've never been. This is the closest I've ever been to France. And Spain. This looks like some area they should film a new Conan movie. At least a couple of scenes. Contact approach on 120375. Very neat. Cessna Caravan. I see that Fly-by-Wire makes a Piper model, the P28. I didn't realize that was also called the Cherokee model. It's all new to me. Anyway, my dad used to fly one of those. And when we were little children, we flew with our father from Wyoming. He piloted the plane on a couple of occasions. And
the Sainte Mary's de Mer Speed Canal, known to windsurfers as the Canal, is a man-made canal or trench near the French Mediterranean coastal town Sainte Mary's de la Mer, built especially for speed record-breaking sailing by windsurfers. The canal, also called the French Trench by the English-speaking community of windsurfers, is 1,100 meters long and 30 meters wide, in a west-northwest/east-southeast orientation designed to take advantage of the Marin and Mistral winds that blow in that location. In 1987, the idea of building a speed canal was thought up by British speed windsurfer Eric Beale and St. Marie Speed Week organizer Michel Rousselet. The first version was 850 meters long, and it enabled Beale on the 13th of November 1988 to become the first sailor in history to officially break the 40-knot barrier, setting the outright speed sailing record of 40.48 knots by British windsurfer Eric Beale in 1988. In the early 1990s, the canal was lengthened to its final length of 1,100 meters, and 4 consecutive outright speed sailing records, measured on a 500-meter course, were set on the canal by windsurfers in 1990, 1,991, 1,993. 42.91 by French windsurfer Pascal Macquer in 1990. 43.06 by French windsurfer Thierry Bilac in 1991. 44.66 by French windsurfer Thierry Bilac in 1991. 45.34 by French windsurfer Thierry Bilac in 1993. Later the same year, the outright record fell to the Australian sailcraft Yellow Pages at 46.62 knots, sailing in the sheltered waters of Sandy Point, Australia, ending the 7-year reign of the windsurfers. That record would stand for 11 years until the next onslaught of the windsurfers in the early 2000s. 3 consecutive outright speed sailing records, measured on a 500-meter course, were set on the canal by windsurfers in 2004, 2005 and 2008. 49.09 knots, 90.91 kilometers per hour to 56.49 miles per hour by French windsurfer Antoine Albo in March 2008. The previous 2 records were held by the Irish Bow.
Place to race our horses down there. Yeah, I can imagine us traipsing around the countryside. Flask of wine. Your other 2 musketeers. Or 3. The wind is very, very calm. We don't have any waves kicking up. Maybe if we put some clouds into the sky, get a little turbulence on the water. Does make things rather dark, though.
The massacre of the Italians at Aigues-Mortes was a series of events on 16 and the 17th of August 1893 in Aigues-Mortes, France, which resulted in the deaths of immigrant Italian workers of the Compagnie des Salins du Midi at the hands of French villagers and laborers. Estimates range from the official number of 8 deaths up to 150, according to the Italian press of the time. Those killed were victims of lynchings, beatings with clubs, drowning and rifle shots, as well as many casualties. The massacre was not the first attack by French workers on poor Italian immigrant laborers that were prepared to work at cut-rate wages. When the news reached Italy, anti-French riots erupted in the country. The case was also one of the greatest legal scandals of the time, since no convictions were ever made.
We are so close. Let's go ahead and call it in. See if we can get paid. $2,992, winds 268 at 5, fly straight in, runway 30 right. Make straight in, runway 30 right, Kinneas 21.
Le Grau-du-Roi is a commune in the Gard department in southern France. It is the only commune in Gard to have a frontage on the Mediterranean. To the west is the Airho department and La Grande-Motte village, and to the east is the Bouches-du-Rhône department. Using the sea as a vantage point, the commune has 4 distinct sections: the right beach, the village, the left beach, Port Camargue and l'Espiguet. Immediately landwards are the large shallow étangs, saline marshes, which separate it from Aigues-Mortes, a neighboring medieval walled city that used to be a port. The étangs are home to numerous flamingos.
All right, full flaps. Coming down. Oh, I didn't hear anything from dispatch. I don't know if we're going to get paid. Welcome to Montpellier, France. I know nothing about it. Oh, well, actually, I may have spoke too soon. We do have to have the engine off. Ding! Perfect place for a smoke break as we near the top of the hour. All right. All right, let's see if we get paid. Let's go ahead and put on the separator. Forgot to do the landing gear. Let's see what happens here. Says we have a job. LFMT. Nothing yet. I don't think we're going to get paid. Oh well. Nope, we're gonna end up spending money. Moving my pilot here. Now we have to move the plane. Doesn't see anything in the right place. Plane cannot be transferred with cargo on board. Oh, we have all those magazines that we didn't sell the other day? Alright, hopefully they're buying them for a good price here. Oh, magazines. LFMT. No, they're not. They're not buying magazines at all. Can't I sell them? I have cigarettes. Well, that's a drag. Let's just dump it. That was gonna be a ton of money right there. This will not refund your money. Well, let's see if anybody else down the road. LFMU. See if they're buying. LFMU. Nope. LFNN. Nope. LFMP. Nope. Leap. Really, nobody's buying. Nobody wants any magazines around here. Come on, Barcelona. LELL. What? They're like, nah. We don't need your magazine, see? All right, we're just gonna dump the magazines. Okay. Really? Okay, now try it. Oh, is it too expensive? Not too terribly expensive. That's supposed to be on repeat.
Welcome back, Captain.
That's what we want to hear.
It's perfect for flying.
Okay.
You are clear to start your engine.
And it'd be better if we could find a job that was taking us south. Like that. It allows us to keep going around the coast here. So we're going to LFMP. So it looks like we have sensitive cargo. We'll make 28,000 and we need to be carrying 302,073 pounds. We can't carry that. Nope, can't do it. Dang it. Alright, well, let's try to increase the distance and see if we get more jobs. Come on, take us south. Right along the coast, come on. Yeah, okay. Oh no, what, we can't take this one? Not enough remaining cargo capacity. Do 2,600. Oh, what a drag. None of the jobs so far going this way that we can do. Can't do any of the jobs at the moment. They're either not going the right way or we don't qualify. What is it with you guys and your aversion to going this way? Gads. We want to do the coast. I can't believe it. Nothing. Okay. Well, the only other game you can play then is the market game. So if we look at LFMT, this is what they're selling. Let's say we're going to go to Barcelona. Where's Barcelona? There it is. All right. So LEBL. Okay. All right, they're buying meat at 597. We'll make 597 per unit. All right, let's see what LEGE is buying. Mechanical parts, they'll buy those at 1,391. Okay, so we can get 11 pallets. $114,000, but we'll make 1,000 plus. Okay, well now. Well, at least we have something to sell now. Could make some money. All right, we have LEGE in the computer. Contact air traffic control. Montpellier ground, Kinneas 2-1 with uniform request taxi to the active departure to the east. Taxi and hold short runway 30 right. Via taxiway W2, T5, T4, T3, T2, T1. Contact tower on 118, 1.775 when ready. Gads, man. Acknowledge tax clearance.
Go. Contact the tower for clearance.
We were supposed to make sure the weight was right. cargo. Weight 2,420. Let's just go for broke. 2,599. That would include us and whatever else. Oh, you know what I was supposed to do? Duh. That's a perfect place to stop anyway. I'll do the smoke break and play today's song of the day. Today's song of the day, we've heard it before, but I love it. Where is it now? Where is it? Ah, song of the day. Brad sucks, bad attraction.
Satisfaction.
really get my my timing better. All right, let us just go from here.
Have a nice flight. Just to remind you, we're not paying you for this one.
Well, we're gonna sell some mechanical parts. All right, this looks nice right around here. Put on nav, put on autopilot. Bring our propeller back. Flaps are up. Separator in. Landing lights off. Do 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 do. No, only 17 minutes after the hour. Thanks for tuning in. We are. No, we don't have. I can't even talk today. That's what today is. I will let it explain for me. We're headed to a little town near Barcelona to drop off some mechanical parts, and I think we have like 15 pallets or so, and we'll make about a little more than 1,000 per unit. So, won't be a total bust. Something I normally don't turn on, and I do want to turn it on now, is the reflections. And I'm not sure what ray marched are, but I'm going to leave that off for the moment. Alright, let's try the other one to see what we get, if anything. Water waves are set up all the way. Cube map. Ray marched. 26 minutes after the hour. I like that. Surprisingly, it didn't, hasn't created any problems. Normally, it's something I don't have on it. It really does help. It really, really does. The ocean's real smooth. We don't have a whole lot of winds at ground level to be able to create any white caps at the moment. It's like glass almost. I mean, there's something, you know, there's some wind going on. It's not completely calm. But you're definitely not seeing waves and white caps. Okay, so over here on our starboard side,
Cap d'Agde is a seaside resort on France's Mediterranean coast.
can't see it, a little too far away.
In the commune of Agde, in the Hérault department within the region of Occitanie. Cap d'Agde was planned by architect Jean Le Couteur as part of one of the largest state-run development schemes in French history. In the 1960s, the only
State-run development schemes
that were typically used by locals over the weekends. It is now one of the largest leisure ports on the French Mediterranean. Agde can be reached by TGV SNCF train direct from Paris or Lille, whilst the closest airports are Béziers, Cap d'Agde and Languedoc, with direct budget airline services to the UK and Scandinavia, or Montpellier Freyauges. Public transport is available between Agde and Cap d'Agde. The Musée de l'Éphébe houses the bronze nude statue known as l'Éphébe dog. The statue was discovered in the River Hérault and was housed in the Louvre Museum prior to suitable facilities being made available in Cap d'Agde to house it.
So after that away, what else is out here? A couple of things inland a little bit further.
The former French Roman Catholic Diocese of Agde existed from about the 6th century to the Concordat of 1801 between First Consul Napoleon Bonaparte and Pope Pius VII. Agde is in the south of France, in what is now the department of Hérault. The last bishop was guillotined in Paris on July 25, 1794. The diocesan seat was the Cathedral of Saint-Étienne, originally dedicated to Saint Andrew. The cathedral was served by a chapter, consisting of 12 canons, including the archdeacon, the sacristan, the precentor and the treasurer. There were 12 chaplains, 8 for daily services and 4 for requiems. There were 32 prebendaries. The diocese had only 26 parishes. The territory of the former diocese is now part of the Diocese of Montpellier. The Youth of Agde is a bronze statue discovered on September 13, 1964, on the bed of the River Hérault on the southeastern coast of France, by Dennis Fankel and divers from the Agde Marine Archaeological Research Group. It is probably associated with an ancient Greek shipwreck. Standing at a height of 1.33 meters, this bronze statue is dated to the 2nd century BC, and depicts a young man, probably a ruler. His features resemble those of Lysippos Dorophoros, suggesting that its creator was a student of the master sculptor. The Ouvrages du Libron is a structure like no other on the Canal du Midi. It allows the Libron River, near Agde in southwest France, to traverse the Canal du Midi. At the point of intersection, the Libron is more or less at the same level as the Canal du Midi, so a traditional aqueduct was not an option. The problem was further exacerbated by the Libron's propensity to flash flood up to 20 times a year. The problem was originally solved by the building of a pontoon aqueduct known as the Libron Raft, which utilized a flush-decked barge to protect the canal channel in times of flooding. However, this was replaced by the present structure in 1855.
Aha, I'm adding ground level wind, 14 knots, 20 knots. Now I'm kicking up some waves. Whoa, 40 knot wind. That's pretty severe. 24 with gusts. Blowing from the west. That's fine, that'll be pushing us. Yeah, there was more. My bad.
The massacre at Béziers was the slaughter of the inhabitants during the sack of Béziers, an event that took place on the 22nd of July 1209, and was the first major military action of the Albigensian Crusade.
There's a lot around here.
Innocent III had declared a crusade to eliminate Catharism in the Languedoc, a crusader army consisting of knights mostly from northern France, professional soldiers, mercenary bands, and pilgrims, assembled and departed from Lyon in early July 1209. Many participants believed that crusade indulgence officially absolving their sins ensured that they would suffer no punishment in the afterlife. Béziers, a stronghold of Catharism, was the first major town the Crusaders encountered on the way to Carcassonne. It was well fortified, amply supplied, and in a position to withstand a long siege. Raymond VI, Count of Toulouse, was able to switch sides in time and join the Crusaders at Valence. The attempt by Raymond Roger Tronquevel, Viscount of Béziers, to peacefully submit was rejected at Montpellier. The Viscount departed from Montpellier in a hurry, ahead of the Crusader army, to prepare his defences. On the way to Carcassonne, he stopped at Béziers, promising reinforcements, and taking along some Cathars and Jews. Commanded by the papal legate, the abbot of Citeaux, Arnaud Amalaric, the Crusader army reached the outskirts of Béziers on the 21st of July. As they started to pitch their camp, the Bishop of Béziers, Renaud de Montpierroux, tried to avert bloodshed and to negotiate. He came back to Béziers with the message that the town would be spared provided it would hand over their heretics. The bishop had drawn up a list of 222 individuals, mostly Cathars, some Waldensians, likely to be prefecti or leaders of their communities. But in a meeting at the cathedral, it was determined that to hand over these people was not possible because they had too much support within the town. So the bishop asked the Cathars to leave the town to serve. The Tour Barberousse is in the coastal village of Grau-du-Roi in the Aude département of France. The tower is all that remains of a castle built at the end of the 10th century to observe the approaches to the harbour at Narbonne and to guard against seaborne invasions of the sea. Gaussan Abbey is a Benedictine monastery situated at Béziers in the Aude, France. The site was originally established in the 12th century by the Cistercians. The Stade du Moulin is a rugby league stadium in Lézignan-Corbière, France. It is the home of Elite One Championship club FC Lézignan 13. Electro Beach Music Festival is an annual in July electronic dance music festival held at a park in Port-Barquez, France. Recent lineups include Afrojack, Tara McDonald, Dirty South, Hardwell, Sebastian Ingrosso, and Armin van Buuren. In 2014 there were 2 stages and a capacity of people. 2013 saw 56,000 people over 2 days. 2014 saw 80,000 people over 2 days. There were 2 stages and a capacity of 40,000 people. The earliest building at this location belonged to the Count of Fonald since 1021. In the 13th century, the fortified keep that had replaced earlier buildings was bequeathed by the Viscounts of Carcassonne to their vassal, the Terns. The castle consists of an inner keep built in the 12th century, surrounded by an outer pentagonal fortification from the 13th century. This fortification is oriented such that its point guards the side most favorable to attackers. The keep and the inner hexagonal fortification is flanked at each corner with semicircular guard towers, each equipped with archery outlooks. The strategic location of the castle on a hill overhanging the plain of Turcan allows control and protection of the Corbière Massif. Despite this, the castle is easily accessible from the plains because of its relatively low elevation of 321 meters. When the border was pushed back to the south of Roussillon by the Treaty of the Pyrenees, the castle gradually lost its strategic importance, and was eventually abandoned in 1659. Today it is in decrepit condition. Since 1949, it has been listed as a monument historique by the French Ministry of Culture.
I want to see if we can see anything there. So I'm going to divert from our flight plan for just a moment here and take us inland to the west. That was the festival.
The Gate of the Catalan Countries, a work of the sculptor Emili Armengol, marks the northern starting location of the Catalan countries in Salses, Pyrénées-Orientales. After more than 20 years since the beginning of the project, it was finally inaugurated on September 28, 2003, being visible from the highway. Its conception and execution was in charge of the Union for the Catalan region. The aerial view of the monument reminds a sickle, in reference to Els Segadors' anthem. The Fort de Salses is a Catalan fortress in the commune of Salses-le-Château, situated in the French département of Pyrénées-Orientales. It is clearly visible from the A9 autoroute and it is possible to visit from the motorway rest area. Built by the Aragonese at the end of the 15th century, the fortress guarded the former frontier between Principality of Catalonia and France. Its layout and architecture, innovative for the time, present a rare example of the transition between medieval castle and the fortresses of the modern period. The fort was captured by the French in 1642, and remained French after the Treaty of the Pyrenees. Fort de Salses is listed as a monument historique by the French Ministry of Culture, and is operated by the Centre des Monuments Nationaux. The fortress receives 100,000 visitors a year. During the Spanish Civil War, the fort was used as a refuge.
Oh. I was wrong about the wind. I had my head turned around. Oh well.
The Siege of Salses was a double siege during the Franco-Spanish War, starting with a French success, but ending with a Spanish victory. On the 9th of June 1639, a French army of 16,000 men under Henri, Prince of Condé, besieged the castle of Salses held by 600 Spanish, taking it on the 19th of June. 6 weeks later a large Spanish army of 40,000 men, under Filippo Spinola and Francesc de Marit appeared and now besieged the French garrison of 2,000 men. Condé sent an army of 22,000 men to lift the siege, but suffering from very bad weather, they were defeated in battle by the Spanish on the 2nd of November, with the loss of 3,000 men. Now Salses was alone and hunger forced the French to surrender on the 6th of January 1640. By then only 800 Frenchmen, of whom 300 were sick, were left. The Spanish army had also lost 10,000 men to disease and desertions. Consequences. The presence of a large number of troops in Catalonia contributed to the outbreak of the Catalan revolt a few months later and the murder of Dalmau de Queralt, Count of Santa Coloma, second in command at the siege of Salses. Salses was retaken by the French after the fall of Perpignan in September 1642.
I thought there was another one in here. Yep, there is.
Arago Cave is a prehistoric site in the community of Totevel, in the department of Pyrénées-Orientales. It is a large cavity overlooking a perennial stream called the human remains attributed to the Totevel man and the lithic remnants of the Lower Paleolithic were discovered in the cave. Arago Cave is located in the southern part of France, at the east of the Pyrenees, in the French department of Pyrénées-Orientales, in the town of Totevel. Included in a limestone cliff of the Corbière Massif, it overlooks several tens of meters, 80 meters today, less than 60 at the time of Totevel man of wide valley where the Verdouble stream leaves a canyon to meander in this plain. The cavern is 30 meters long but could have measured up to 120 meters during the prehistoric period. Its maximum width is 10 meters. It is currently opening to the south, but the opening was facing east before the collapse. This advantageous situation made it a perfect shelter for prehistoric hunter-gatherers. The eastern opening on a south-facing cliff allowed relatively high temperatures during winter. The highly contrasted relief of this environment produced several ecological niches that provided as many types of prey, animals adapted to the river like beavers, others adapted to the plain, which was, according to successive periods and climates, covered with forest-like deer or steppe-like horses, bison, rhinos, elephants, living herbivores on craggy grounds like mouflons, ibex, taurs, chamois, and still others on uplands with more harsh climates like muskoxen, reindeer. In addition, under the cave, there was a fording where herds of large herbivores passed, which facilitated hunting. The elevated position of the cave made it an excellent observatory for spotting herds in the plain. The nearby river, which never ran dry, provided water as well as pebbles to cover the soil of the cave or serve as tools.
Remind me not to deviate from our flight plan. This is a lot further in than it seemed. How is this thing moving on its own? Oh. Well, that shouldn't be moving. I can understand us moving with that wind out there now. And we're trying to fight it to get over here too, so that's funny. Alright, so how do we turn it around then? 47. So that's definitely how you do that. So, weather. Click on mean ground. Grab the little blue button right here. And you can change the weather and the direction. Now have it directly behind us. Let's see. 42 knots of wind behind us. See how fast we can go. Put the throttle in. Full throttle, out hold. Might have to go up a little bit. Trying to figure out how to do some add some role playing in this. See if I can get my dice generator out. Alright, so when Kinneas was over here riding around imagining he's a Three Musketeer, he's going to have an encounter. You come up with an encounter and then roll it. Roll it on screen so you can see it, so I can't fake my way out of it. Full prop in. Go, go. Alright, you're not climbing fast enough. Emergency vertical speed. Up. It's 500 feet a minute. 1200. Yeah, I think we'll be alright. Alright, where are we at? Yeah, we're just here, but we're getting there. That's the point I wanted to get to right there. Château d'Aigues-Mortes. Guys, if you're gonna have a D&D like encounter, Kinneas is a human fighter. He has had ways and things done and found ways and things have been done and to remain alive for a stupid amount of time. Compared to humans, he's still just a human. We should be here. No, it says it's over. here now.
The earliest building at this location belonged to the Count of Fonalds since 1021. In the 13th century, the fortified keep that had replaced earlier buildings was bequeathed by the Viscounts of Carcassonne to their vassal, the Terns. The castle consists of an inner keep built in the 12th century, surrounded by an outer pentagonal fortification from the 13th century. This fortification is oriented such that its point guards the side most favorable to attackers. The keep and the inner hexagonal fortification is flanked at each corner with semicircular guard towers, each equipped with archery outlooks. The strategic location of the castle on a hill overhanging the plain of Turcan allows control and protection of the Corbière Massif. Despite this, the castle is easily accessible from the plains because of its relatively low elevation of 321 meters. When the border was pushed back to the south of Roussillon by the Treaty of the Pyrenees, the castle gradually lost its strategic importance and was eventually abandoned in 1659. Today it is in decrepit condition. Since 1949, it has been listed as a monument historique by the French Ministry of Culture.
I like how she got that French accent there at the end. Historique. Hey, it was worth coming in to see. I'm glad we did. All right. Back up to our camera control. That's always fun. Okay. So, from here... we need to spin back down and out. So the next place, we turn just a little bit. That's the cave. Am I gonna be able to see a cave? Oh, there's an airport over here. Oh, you know what? No, we're not there. Okay, so let's say 120 degrees. Best guess. Change heading 120. Unpause. All right, 1, 2.
Arago Cave is a prehistoric site in the community of Totavel, in the department of Pyrénées-Orientales. It is a large cavity overlooking a perennial stream called the Human remains attributed to the
stream.
Totevel man and the lithic remnants of the Lower Paleolithic were discovered in the cave. Arago Cave is located in the southern part of France, at the east of the Pyrenees, in the French department of Pyrénées-Orientales, in the town of Totevel. Included in a limestone cliff of the Corbière Massif, it overlooks several tens of meters, 80 meters today, less than 60 at the time of Totevel man of wide valley where the Verdouble stream leaves a canyon to meander in this plain. The cavern is 30 meters long but could have measured up to 120 meters during the prehistoric period. Its maximum width is 10 meters. It is currently opening to the south, but the opening was facing east before the collapse. This advantageous situation made it a perfect shelter for prehistoric hunter-gatherers. The eastern opening on a south-facing cliff allowed relatively high temperatures during winter. The highly contrasted relief of this environment produced several ecological niches that provided as many types of prey, animals adapted to the river like beavers, others adapted to the plain, which was, according to successive periods and climates, covered with forest-like deer or steppe-like horses,
All right,
bison,
let's go to the south.
rhinos, elephants, living herbivores on craggy grounds like mouflons, ibex, turs, chamois,
sorry, wrong
and
way.
still others on uplands with more harsh climates like muskoxen, reindeer. In addition, under the cave, there was a fording where herds of large herbivores passed, which facilitated hunting. The elevated position of the cave made it an excellent observatory for spotting herds in the plain. The nearby river, which never ran dry, provided water as well as pebbles to cover the soil of the cave or serve as tools.
All right, 150. And that'll take us through the middle of this stuff out here.
Camp de Rivesaltes, also known as Camp Joffre, was an internment and transit camp in the commune of Rivesaltes in the department of Pyrénées-Orientales of the French Southern Zone during World War II. Between August 11th and October 20th, 1942, 2,313 foreign Jews, including 209 children, were transferred from Rivesaltes via the Drancy internment camp to the Nazi extermination camp Auschwitz, where they were murdered.
Damn!
Klasfeld described the camp as the Drancy of the Southern Zone. Since 2015, the site has been the Memorial du Camp de Rivesaltes, a museum and memorial documenting the history. The Fort de Salses is a Catalan fortress in the commune of Salses-le-Château, situated in the French département of Pyrénées-Orientales. It is clearly visible from the A9 autoroute, and it is possible to visit from the motorway rest area. Built by the Aragonese at the end of the 15th century, the fortress guarded the former frontier between Principality of Catalonia and France. Its layout and architecture, innovative for the time, present a rare example of the transition between medieval castle and the fortresses of the modern period. The fort was captured by the French in 1642, and remained French after the Treaty of the Pyrenees. Fort de Salses is listed as a monument historique by the French Ministry of Culture, and is operated by the Centre des Monuments Nationaux. The fortress receives 100,000 visitors a year. During the Spanish Civil War, the fort was used as a refuge.
Very good, very good. Just a little after the top of the hour. All right. All right. Let's turn off heading hold, turn nav hold back on. And put the wind in the wrong place. No. 70. Really? The wind gusts us that fast? Wow. Well, we should make good time now. $167 knots. You know, sequentially, I think this is incorrect. It's like you're fighting time when you know. I was taught if you wanted to make it feel like time is moving forward, things have to be pointing in the right direction for that to happen. Like the plane has to be going that way. So if the plane's going the other way, we're actually fighting time. No, weird concept. So the action has to come from that way. But we want to include rain. Is that a whale down there? Oh, it's just a boat. Yeah.
The Château Royal de Quéribus is a massive French royal castle in the town of Quéribus, a few kilometers north of the Spanish border in the French département of Pyrénées-Orientales. The chateau is the juxtaposition of at least 4 castles. In the 12th century, Giraud II, the last independent count of the Roussillon, bequeathed his land to Alphonse II, King of Aragon and Count of Barcelona. Concerned about the prosperity of Cueur, the kings of Aragon granted privileges and tax exemptions. An annual fair was established, and important works were undertaken in the castle, the port, and the town. The Knights Templar built the castle around 1207. In 1345 it was integrated into the royal castle. Property of the General Council of the Pyrénées-Orientales since 1951, the castle is one of the major tourist spots in northern Catalonia.
How romantic looking, right? In my head, anyway. I mean, it's land right out of a fairy tale. That could be the road that Rosencrantz and Guildenstern came down from. No, they were in Denmark, right? Yeah, the wind is pushing us so fast that beeping you're hearing, if you can't hear it, is us overspeeding. The wind is really giving us a boost. We should be okay. She's really tough. She's not invulnerable, but she is pretty darn tough. Whew. That looks like a lot of terracing. To me, anyway. It all looks terraced. Do you see what I mean? The how to describe it? The lines of the land, striations. See, some areas heavily striated areas, then none. See along here, none. Layer, you know, like terraforming. All through here, all this hill over here. And up there, not so much. But down there in the valley, yeah, look at all that. If you want to see crazy amounts of that kind of stuff, I mean, that's usually all over, like China. They've got a lot of terraced land too. But surprisingly, going from Texas into Mexico, more towards the south, entering Mexico, actually entering Texas, coming down from Colorado. Either way, the land as you go through Texas early on, amazing terracing going in the landscape. All right, we're just about at our destination there.
Figueres is the capital of the comarca of Alt Empordà, in the province of Girona, Catalonia, Spain. The town is the birthplace of artist Salvador Dali, and houses the Teatre Museo Gala Salvador Dali, a large museum designed by Dali himself which attracts many visitors. It is also the birthplace of Narcís Monturiol, inventor of the first successful machine-powered submarine. Another site is Sant Ferran Castle, built in 1753 during the reign of Ferdinand VI of Spain. It has a pentagonal layout, with a total perimeter of 5.6 kilometers.
Really, birthplace of Salvador Dali. And that's where we are in the world. I gotta remember that. You definitely come down through here in Rome Total War, and there's usually towns all one town around here that you take, and then this one. And then the one around the corner. It's really neat flying the terrain in Microsoft Flight Simulator that you play in Rome Total War. You get a totally different perspective. It's fantastic. Oh yeah, we need to call this in. Doing a handoff, air traffic control. I don't have them on normally, but there was a problem with Azure earlier. Air traffic control. No, we don't want that.
General options, controls, assistance options screen. Points of interest, user experience, user air ATC enforced flight plan. On.
Oh, that's a new one.
Values. Adjust ATC voices. On. List with 2 values. Enable show message
ATC enforced flight plan. Adjust whether. Hey, back up. Get it out. Mouse is moving on its own. Adjust whether air traffic control will follow the departure and arrival procedures specified in the flight plan. If enabled, air traffic control will always default to the departure runway, arrival runway, and approach procedures as defined in the original flight plan. Yay! Regardless of the current weather conditions. Yes.
In the original flight plan, ATC UI panel open at start. Show message login ATC menu. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust with VFR map UI panel open at start. Off. Press F. Press ES. Press
Okay.
menu. General options screen. Accent. Enable screen narrator. Off.
Approach Kinneas 214,000 feet.
Kinneas 21 Girona, approach altimeter 29.92 radar contact, continue.
2992. Okay. We want LEGE. My Girona.
Girona Tower Kinneas 21 is 20 miles northeast, 4,000 feet with Gulf to land.
Kinneas 21 Girona Tower. Altimeter 29.921026 at 46. Fly left traffic runway 01.
Enter left traffic runway 01 Kinneas 21.
Now, if you may have noticed that I don't handle the radio. Not that I don't know how, just that for these, but if you do want to manage the radios, come into Flight Assist and turn off AI radio communications. Air traffic control. To keep it real, turn off AI anti-stall protection, I would imagine. And AI auto trim. I don't want the AI messing with anything to do with the plane. To make it harder, you can turn off the landing ribbon and the taxi ribbon. Enter left track runway 101. Okay, got it. And we don't really have to talk to them at all, I think, anymore for a bit. Okay. We need to come down. We're at 4,000. Yep, hold on to your seatbelt. There's gotta be more. We're not triggering anything. What's going on? Must be nice. Very nice. That's one for SimCity right there, man. Two. All right, so air traffic control.
Cleared to land runway 01 Kinneas 21.
All right. Cockpit, please. Thank you. We need put our flaps down. Hello.
Are you still streaming?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'll call when I leave.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. The wind is really, really, really... That's not me. I'm not even touching the joystick at the moment. I just wanted to show you how much the wind is jostling us around.
landing, pilot.
Taxiway.
Contact ground for your parking assignment, then shut down your engine.
Kinneas 21 exit runway when able.
Roger that.
Kinneas 21 contact ground on 121.705.
121705.
Kinneas 21, did you copy?
Not yet. One two one 705.
Kinneas 21, acknowledge last transmission.
Tune the tower on 118505.
Kinneas 21, acknowledge last transmission.
Girona ground, Kinneas 2-1 taxi to parking.
Kinneas 2-1 taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Echo 2 Tango 2 Tango Tree Golf 2.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Echo 2 Tango 2 Tango Tree Golf 2 Kinneas 2-1.
Ho hum. That's funny.
Girona ground, Kinneas 2-1 ready to taxi departure to the east with Golf.
Kinneas 2-1 taxi to and hold short of runway 01 via taxiway Golf Tree Tango 5 Tango 6 Echo 4. Contact tower on 118.505 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 01 using taxiway Golf Tree Tango 5 Tango 6 Echo 4 Kinneas 2-1.
Everything is on board.
All right, now we can sell those mechanical parts. All right, so we sold our mechanical parts. Okay, so we're here at LEGE, and let's try to find a job that will take us the way we want to go. No, I'd rather not go through the middle. Yeah, that'll do. Right past Valencia. Yeah, that'll do just fine. Maybe. Okay. Like, it doesn't really look like an airport, but we'll have to just make do. And we can actually get this one.
Hello, transporter. Your cargo is waiting for you in the parking.
LEMK.
Transporter from dispatch. Loading cargo. Please stand by.
LAMK, and we need to have 1,045 pounds.
Okay, pilot. That's everything stowed securely. We're ready for taxi.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
Put a little bit in. When we get to the runway, we need to tune the tower on 118. Okay. 118505. Request takeoff clearance.
Girona Tower, Kinneas 21 ready for east departure at runway 01.
Kinneas 21 wind 027 at 46. Departure to the east approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 01.
Strange.
Cleared for takeoff runway 01 Kinneas 21.
Easy, pal, easy. Get there. Plane's like, I'm ready. Let's go.
Have a safe journey, pilot. That's some load you have there.
Kinneas 2-1, continue for east departure. Kinneas 2-1, leaving my airspace, frequency change approved.
Yeah, acknowledge the frequency change.
Girona Tower, Kinneas 2-1, frequency change.
And tune approach on 120905. All right. It's approximately the way we want to go. And on the autopilot, yaw damper. Click heading, actually just nav. Do climb to 5. Just in case. All right, taxi light off. Propeller minimum, mixture, middle, the middle setting, whatever, lean. 120905. Switch. Request flight flight following.
Girona 2-1 is type Cessna Caravan, 3 miles southwest of Girona, 3,800 feet. Request flight following.
Kinneas 2-1, Girona approach. Squawk 5731.
Squawk 5731. Down here, transponder code 5731.
Kinneas 2-1, did you hear my last transmission?
Oh, I clicked wrong. 5731.
Kinneas 2-1, radar contact 5 miles southwest of Girona, 4,300 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
That is correct. Acknowledge radar contact.
Roger, Kinneas 2-1.
And we can outhold here. All right. Somebody really wants to go outside. One moment. I was cat attacked. You want to go outside? Come on. That looks awful pretty down there. That is the one nice thing that I'm always talking about with regards to the future. I've always been, yeah, the future. As I've gotten older, it's like, you know, why change? But I am excited for the, and I don't want to get into the debate about electric engines. You know, it's not a green thing. I don't want to, global warming, whatever. Electric engines for the sake of electric engines, okay? With nothing else attached to the conversation. For the simple fact that if you can get it to be as quiet as like an electric car can be, which is pretty much nothing. You can't hear anything. It would be nice to be able to get an airplane, an airliner, an electric engine to almost be silent. I don't know if you can when you have things spinning that fast. I just don't know. But if there's any hope for it, I can't wait to see what they come up with. Because it would be incredible to be in something like that that's just not making any noise. They're already so well insulated that you can barely hear anything going on outside. But that's why I usually keep my engines and environment down pretty low. I'm always imagining, well, normally I keep the environment louder because I'm imagining that with an electric engine, we don't have to put on the weird headphones and scream at each other, and just always such horrible background noise, unless you're into it. So that's normally why I keep the engines way, way down low, because I imagine that that's what we have. Some amazing new hybrid engine, and it allows us to not have a headache doing flights and just some nice gentle breeze. What do you mean the world's overpopulated? People just want to populate where you're at, though. That's the thing. There's plenty of places to go populate. No, they want to go where you're populating. Why don't you go out there and populate? I wish governments would have one of those, everybody go line up, and I wouldn't let anybody do cars either. It's like you gotta walk. Maybe you could do it on a horseback or something. But a way that you can go out there and get like 11 acres of land somewhere, like when they would open up territories, and like the first to go out there and claim your stake, you get your 11 acres, blah, blah, blah. In this day and age, I'd already have it mapped out and just say, you know, go to it, go to the you know, whatever, another kind of land grab situation with everybody moving in and wanting to come where you're at. That the departments of the interiors for these places. So yeah, let's do that. Let's disperse those people. We need a new city over here and over there, and they need a Walmart and a Starbucks over there. We need an absolute reason to have a bridge over there. All these game shows where it's like alone and survival, and, you know, all right, well, let's see those people take people that are new here and that want to do the alone thing and go build their own plot of land and start filming people going out filming new plots of land. And but you got to, you know, also think about, you're going to need roads to things. You're going to have to be responsible for roads to things. Commercialization has to be in mind for getting traffic moving that way. So reality shows on creating new new places. Getting people to move out of the cities, which would I'm sure make the rich people happy, to some degree. They can buy it all up. The television show Alone, where they send you out, normally it's how long can you stay out there. This version of the Alone show, you don't get to come back. You don't get to tap out. If you do, I mean, you have to turn your plot over. But you know, the point is you can't. If you're signing up, you need to go out there and you need to colonize your plot of land and survive. But you have to be, again, a lot of different rules about this one. You've got to be community minded because you've got to be thinking civil development. You can't think of yourself as an alone. So I guess that maybe we can't use that title then, because that's not the point. The point is not necessarily to be alone. If you're alone, you get to be the mayor, you know, if there's nobody around you participating. But the goal is you've got to create plots that will connect to others. You know, from your main streets to your area where you would want a future school. You know, you've got to work together to plan it all out, or at least do the best that.
Contact Barcelona approach on 124.
Are we there already?
Good day.
No, but not at all. But we do need to contact Barcelona on 124705.
Going to 124.705 Kinneas 21.
All right, switch. Contact Barcelona approach.
Barcelona approach Kinneas 21 4,600 feet.
Kinneas 21 Barcelona approach altimeter 29.902 radar contact continue.
Okay, we will. We shall. We'll probably come down now. I just found out somebody gets to keep their tower. I don't want to name names, but somebody was threatening to take somebody's tower away. And it's just come across the news that somebody is going to get to keep their tower. And I think that's good. Yeah, I don't like what's been going on around here, I can tell you. We're overspeeding. We should be just fine. What is it with Ford trucks? Your stock prices. Come on, Ford. Get it together. So in Rome Total War, yeah, coming down, you usually have to, if you're going to get into the heartland of things and take people, you got to find routes through here or up north around that way. And that's always kind of a pain in the butt. But you definitely have to come down and secure these areas along the coast. Very much like the game Rome Total War, you can't cut through those mountains. You got to go around. These are just a little bit too steep to move your armies across. Darn cameras bouncing around. Aha. We're gonna have to turn off the autopilot. We're a little too far away.
The Park Güell is a public park system composed of gardens and architectural elements located in Barcelona, Catalonia, Spain. Park Güell is located in La Salut, a neighborhood in the Gracia district of Barcelona. With urbanization in mind, José Güell assigned the design of the park to Antoni Gaudí, a renowned architect and the face of Catalan modernism. They imagined an organized grouping of high-quality homes, decked out with all the latest technological advancements to ensure maximum comfort, finished off with an artistic touch. Gaudí designed the park simulating the formos of nature into the houses, decorated with beautiful mosaics. The park was built from 1900 to 1914 and was officially opened as a public park in 1926. In 1984, UNESCO declared the park a World Heritage Site under works of Antoni Gaudí. The Basilica de la Sagrada Familia, also known as the Sagrada Familia, is a large unfinished Roman Catholic minor basilica in the Eixample district of Barcelona, Catalonia, Spain. Designed by Spanish/Catalan architect Antoni Gaudí, his work on the building is part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site. On the 7th of November 2010, Pope Benedict XVI consecrated the church and proclaimed it a minor basilica. On the 19th of March 1882, construction of the Sagrada Familia began under architect Francisco de Paula del Villa. In 1883, when Villa resigned, Gaudí took over as chief architect, transforming the project with his architectural and engineering style, combining Gothic and curvilinear Art Nouveau forms. Gaudí devoted the remainder of his life to the project, and he is buried in the crypt. At the time of his death in 1926, less than a quarter of the project was complete. Relying solely on private donations, the Sagrada Familia's construction progressed slowly and was interrupted by the Spanish Civil War. In July 1936, revolutionaries set fire to the crypt and broke their way into the workshop, partially destroying Gaudí's original plans, drawings and plaster models, which led to 16 years of work to piece together the fragments of the master model. Construction resumed to intermittent progress in the 1950s. Advancements in technologies such as computer-aided design and computerized numerical control have since enabled faster progress, and construction passed the midpoint in 2010. However, some of the project's greatest challenges remain, including the construction of 10 more spires, each symbolizing an important biblical figure in the New Testament. It is anticipated that the building can be completed by 2026, the centenary of Gaudí's death. The basilica has a long history of splitting opinion among the residents of Barcelona over the initial possibility it might compete with Barcelona's cathedral, over Gaudí's design itself, over the possibility that work after Gaudí's death disregarded his design, and the 2007 proposal to build a tunnel of Spain's high-speed rail link to France which could disturb its stability. Describing the Sagrada Familia, art critic Rainer Sebst said it is probably impossible to find a church building anything like it in the entire history of art, and Paul Goldberger describes it as the most extraordinary personal interpretation of Gothic architecture since the Middle Ages. The basilica is not the cathedral church of the Archdiocese of Barcelona, as that title belongs to the Cathedral of the Holy Cross and St. Eulalia.
Ten more towers? That's pretty insane, man. They said they didn't want to compete with the original Barcelona Cathedral, and I don't know where that is at the moment.
The Torre Glories, formerly known as Torre Akbar, is a 38-story skyscraper located between Avenue de Diagonal and Cara Badajoz, near Plaza de les Glories Catalanes, which marks the gateway to the new technological district of Barcelona, Catalonia, Spain. It was designed by French architect Jean Nouvel. The tower is 144.44 meters high with a diameter of 39 meters. It cost 130 million euros to build. Once it was finished, the Agbar Tower quickly became an architectural icon of the city of Barcelona and one of its most famous buildings. However, it was not initially immune to criticism from citizens and experts who said that its characteristics did not fit into the architecture of Barcelona. Over time it has become one of the symbols that universally identify the Catalan capital and is one of its tourist attractions. In mid-2008, a number of Catalan public institutions made a list that included the major cultural icons in the autonomous community that were meant to serve as models for tourist souvenirs, which Identity Catalonia, and the tower was included in it. The popularity of the tower to tourists is such that a visit to the tower has become a part of tourist bus routes and even the helicopter tour, and many tourists take an opportunity to visit the inside.
Hi. Okay. Yeah.
Torre Mafre is a skyscraper in the Port Olympic, the maritime neighborhood of the old city of Barcelona in Spain. It is named after its owner, Mafre, an insurance company. This tower holds the title for highest helipad in Spain at 154 meters above ground. Unlike its twin, Hotel Arts, this tower is a mixed-use tower. The building's windows reflect the ground, and the tower becomes a gigantic mirror of the city's activity. There were plans to use the helipad to make a connection with the airport. However, after some tests, the idea was rejected due to noise concerns for nearby residential buildings.
A castle and a stadium to our south. We're getting a little bit of lag. Yeah, it's because it's so densely populated with buildings, the 3D.
Torre Mafre is a skyscraper in the Port Olympic,
Yeah, we heard that one.
the maritime neighborhood of the old city of Barcelona in Spain. It is named after its owner, Mafre, an insurance company. This tower holds the title for highest helipad in Spain at 154 meters above ground. Unlike its twin, Hotel Arts, this tower is a mixed-use tower. The building's windows reflect the ground, and the tower becomes a gigantic mirror of the city's activity. There were plans to use the helipad to make a connection with the airport. However, after some tests, the idea was rejected due to noise concerns for nearby residential buildings. Barcelona is a city on the coast of northeastern Spain. It is the capital and largest city of the autonomous community of Catalonia, as well as the second most populous municipality of Spain. With a population of 1.6 million within city limits, its urban area extends to numerous neighboring municipalities within the province of Barcelona and is home to around 4.8 million people, making it the fifth most populous urban area in the European Union after Paris, the Ruhr area, Madrid, and Milan. It is one of the largest metropolises on the Mediterranean Sea, located on the coast between the mouths of the rivers Llobregat and Besòs, and bounded to the west by the Serra de Collserola mountain range, the tallest peak of which is 512 meters high. Barcelona has a rich cultural heritage and is today an important cultural center and a major tourist destination. Particularly renowned are the architectural works of Antoni Gaudí and Luis Domènech Montana, which have been designated UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The city is home to two of the most prestigious universities in Spain, the University of Barcelona and Pompeu Fabra University. The headquarters of the Union for the Mediterranean are located in Barcelona. The city is known for hosting the 1992 Summer Olympics as well as world-class and also many international sport tournaments. Barcelona is a major cultural, economic, and financial center in southwestern Europe, as well as the main biotech hub in Spain. As a leading world city, Barcelona's influence in global socio-economic affairs qualifies it for global city status. Barcelona is a transport hub, with the Port of Barcelona being one of Europe's principal seaports and busiest European passenger port, an international airport, Barcelona El Prat Airport, which handles over 50 million passengers per year, and a high-speed rail line with a link to France and the rest of Europe.
I found the cathedral.
Montjuïc Castle is an old military fortress, with roots dating back from 1640, built on top of Montjuïc Hill in Barcelona, Catalonia, Spain. It currently serves as a Barcelona municipal facility. During the Napoleonic Wars, the French army entered Barcelona, and, on orders from Napoleon, they also captured the castle without firing a shot as the troops guarding the castle were ordered not to fight the French. In the last 350 years, Montjuïc Castle has played a decisive role in the history of Barcelona, becoming a symbol after the Catalan defeat to Spain in 1714, date that has become of significant importance. Since then, the Montjuïc cannons have bombarded the city and its citizens on various occasions, and Montjuïc has been used as a prison and torture center repeatedly for 3 centuries. In the late 19th century, Montjuïc was synonymous with barbarism based on the torture of anarchists and others imprisoned there. The castle is infamous in Catalan history books because of its role in the civil war from 1936 to 1939, when both sides of the conflict imprisoned, tortured and shot political prisoners at Montjuïc, among them Luis Companys, who was the president of the Generalitat of Catalonia during the Spanish Civil War. Companys was executed upon orders from the Spanish state at Montjuïc Castle in 1940.
Wow. I guess this wasn't the cathedral I was thinking about. Like, we didn't want to overshadow this place. I don't think this is the place they were talking about. All right, let's get back on track. Oops. 4:22 in the afternoon. Gonna have to wrap it up here, closing in the top of the hour. But let's play today's song of the day again. Bad Attraction by Brad Sucks. No. Wrong song, wrong song.
Trend. It's been suggested, maybe I wanna be your best friend. Yeah, blind in my eye holes and just trying hard to see. I can tell by your middle finger that you're warming up to me. Yeah. Satisfaction. Satisfaction, yeah. Satisfaction, yeah. Better check. You got the message, but I wanna give it to you some more. Look through the window, then you try to show me the door. Yeah, where I put the sunshine, baby, well. Nobody knows. We can get together without
coming to blows. Yeah.
Satisfaction, yeah. Satisfaction, yeah. Satisfaction, yeah.
Most excellent. We have a long stretch over this body of water here. Those definitely mounds. Sure look like them to me. Wow. Look how deep that sucker is. I'm just trying to build now and there. Ow. Wild. Kidding me. Typical. And we're gonna run out of fuel. We're not gonna make it. I've made a bad mistake. We have to turn around and land.
Lima Echo Alpha Victor, traffic Kinneas, 2110 miles, south 3,100 feet, inbound to land runway 11.
Ah. Comes in handy. So yeah, we're gonna run out of fuel. We were fighting the winds pretty much, and we have either way, we just burned through all of our fuel. And because I've got Neofly loaded, if we crash, we crash, and it'll take our deposit away. It'll be over $300,000. we'll lose everything. So let's not do that. Better to just land and call it a day. We got as far as we got for the afternoon. I'll be happy with it. It was a good day. A lot of good sightseeing today. Hope you enjoyed hopefully some clearer visuals today. I had a problem with all the texture shimmering and all kinds of stuff going on. It didn't make the visuals that appealing. Hopefully everything's a little bit more clear today. Still got to work out the lag around bigger cities. But I think she's looking pretty good. Man, that is a tough runway to spot. Not the right view. Damn, this thing is right in my way.
Stall. Stall.
Oh boy.
That's pretty close to the center line, pilot. Nice job. Taxi to parking, please.
You guys.
Taxi to parking and shut down your engine.
You guys. Well, we made it. That was a little bit scary. Just park out here in the dirt. I don't have the I don't have the camping set yet, so I can't just break out all our camping gear and our pets yet. Maybe one of these days. Please like and subscribe, and maybe I'll be able to use Super Chat, donate, and I'll get us the camping kit. All right. Well, that's as far as we made it today. I'm happy with it. We'll have to get to our destination tomorrow and drop this load off. All right.
Transporter, cargo is loaded. You can start your mission.
No, we're gonna stay right here. We're good. We're good. We're good. Which way to the nearest place to get something to eat? Probably over that way. Maybe. Yeah, our best bet is... That looks hospitable. It looks more businessy over here. Probably that way. Yeah, we'll find something to eat over there and a place to stay for the night. Not the problem. Okay. Do. That's a little bit better. Okay. Yeah. So we'll see you tomorrow, unless somebody else has other suggestions as to what we should do. We'll keep making our way around Spain and take it from there. So if you have any suggestions, please go into the chat room. Let me know. Send me an email. Whatever. Same time tomorrow, 1 p.m. And you have a wonderful, wonderful night. I hope, again, today was a good show for you. I enjoyed it. So see you tomorrow, folks. Goodbye.